Oh my god. New dev update, no way. Billy is back on the menu. I haven't read anything. I opened it, I was like, oh, I guess I'll start my stream now and just react XDD. And here we are. Happy New Year, okay. Kicking things off, we have a few updates to generators. More specifically, these changes target how generators are damaged by the killer and how their regression can be stopped by survivors. The goal with this update is to bring in an end to excessive long matches, and at the same time improve the killer's ability to damage generators. 3 gen scenarios are those where the killer aims to defend, whatever. Going forward, each generator can only suffer from a maximum of 8 regression events. Where a regression event is anytime the killer or their perks remove at least 2.5% of the generator's progress in an instant. Huh. Yeah, no, 3-genning is pretty dead. I feel like 3-genning isn't that much of an issue right now, but at the same time, these changes probably aren't going to do much when it comes to like normal gameplay, so whatever. This would have been nice to have been done like a year ago. The base damage from kicking a generator has been increased to 5%. That's good. At least 5% of the generator's total charges must be repaired to stop regression. So you can't tap the generator anymore to stop regression. That's actually really nice. I think overall this is a buff for like non-3-genning shitters. Okay, FOV settings. 103 is going to be the new max. The current default to 103 degrees, the current maximum was Shadowborn. Okay, so everyone's just playing with Shadowborn basically now. That's fine, fucking cares. On Rio. When the Onryo teleports, survivors within 16 meters of a tower TV will receive a stack of Condemn. Oh, so if you get hooked with a bunch of Condemn, you can no longer get rid of it. That's kind of cool. I feel like this is just going to be a nerf though. Overall to like Condemn to Onryo. It's going to force her to hook people now. And she can't just stack everyone globally by teleporting everywhere. No more free pressure. Curse tapes no longer protect survivors from getting condemned. Curse tapes are no longer destroyed or inflict condemned when a survivor is hit. Curse tapes can only be deposited in the... We're basically just going back to old Onryo. But when they get hooked, their condemned progress is saved. And they can no longer remove it. That's basically what's happening. At least that's what I get from reading this. The previous update made it so the Onryo couldn't start a chase when demanifested. This had a side effect of making it very obvious when she demanifested in the middle of a chase, allowing survivors to anticipate and play around it. The Onryo can now chase survivors while demanifested. It's still so obvious. But yeah. I guess entity block will be a thing. It's fine. Many pointed out that the Onryo's add-ons, Reiko's Watch, was very fun to use. Rather than add the effect back into this add-on, we instead incorporated it into our base kit to make the add-on feel less essential. Things I've never heard before, but okay. I've never heard someone say a specific Onryo add-on was fun to use, but hey. I'm sure someone said it. What's the add-on? It's the one that makes it so when you demanifest, you like flicker in and out for slightly longer, I think. I don't actually know what this add-on does. The duration of invisibility while demanifested has been increased to 1.2 seconds. That's the one they use to like around like a pallet, right? So they go invisible for a bit. They fake one way invisibly and go the other way. Yeah. All right, Hillbilly. This is gonna be a big one. The controversial overheat mechanic is no more. Overdrive is the new talk of the town. As the Hillbilly uses his chainsaw, it will generate heat just like before. When the heat meter is full, not only will he continue being able to use it, but his chainsaw will kick into overdrive and gain the following effects for 20 seconds. Chainsaw charge speed is increased by 5%, movement speed increased to 13%, cooldowns reduced by 10%. So it's basically just like mini crack, right? Base kit. So it's slightly worse. No, it's worse than both engravings. It's 13% instead of 15 and 20. At the same time, we made some general... Oh, never mind, here we go. The base chainsaw sprint movement speed has been increased by 10%, reduced the size of the chainsaw's collision detection to make chainsaw sprints more maneuverable in maps with high density tiles. Camera sensitivity is no longer tied to the controller sensitivity setting while using a mouse and keyboard. Chainsaw controls are now equal to 100% sensitivity before. I mean, it doesn't really change anything for me, but people who played at lower sens, yeah. Both engravings are going to be nerfed? Probably. When we get the PTB, we'll see the add-ons. Blight add-ons, okay. Oh boy, hopefully I don't fuck this up. It's 13 meters a second, not 13%. Oh, what's his default chainsaw speed? Like, why is this not a percent and this is a percent? Are they stupid? 9.2 meters a second? Oh, fuck. That's a big increase, okay. Anyways. Blighted Chrome, Blighted Rats. We've reduced the rush speed bonus of these add-ons to 2 and 3%, or 4 and 6. Okay, that's a pretty big nerf. Adrenaline Vial. No longer decreases time to recharge a rush by 1 second. No longer increases rush speed by 10%. The add-on now does the following. Increases rush by 2, increases maximum rush look angle by 20, decreases rush rate. Okay, so they just... Okay, good. Fuck this add-on. Alch Ring. Increases rush duration by 20% for each consecutive rush. That's pretty nerfed. Compound 33. Each consecutive rush, which is longer than 4 meters, increases turn rate by 33%. That's so dog shit. Oh, no, because you can stack it. I wonder how fucking much you can turn, actually. That seems fun. Like the last rush, you just fucking curve around the fucking loop. At Mach 10. That'll probably be kind of fun. Your Blight Tag, this add-on can be extremely powerful in the right hands. It also promotes the awkward gameplay of repeatedly slamming into a wall to take advantage of the effects of the last rush. We've given this add-on a brand new effect as well. Enables rush to be performed without spending tokens. Rush bonuses are capped after 3 consecutive rushes. Blighted Corruption goes on cooldown for 20 seconds after a successful lethal rush attack. Is Blighted Corruption just what they call his attack? He still has Crow and Rat? Yeah, but Crow and Rat are heavily nerfed. Like, their effectiveness is cut in half. 2 and 3% per rush compared to 4 and 6, that's huge. Oh, this is infinite though, right? So you can rush forever? Still though, that's a long cooldown. I mean, I'd say it's fair. It's only after a lethal rush attack, so if you just like break a pallet or something with it. Oh wait, if you break a pallet with it, you instantly get it back? I don't know if that counts as like a lethal rush attack. It probably does, right? Anyways, Stabiffle is nerfed by 1% per token, and... Oh, this is so lame. When the Obsession loses a health state by any means. Oh my god, wait. Imagine just plot twisting to fuck over some guy's Stabiffle. I feel like all they had to do was do this, or this. I don't think they needed to do both of these nerfs. I don't know, I don't give a shit about Stabiffle, so... I wish they just made it so it didn't work like 16 meters around a hook or something, around a hook survivor, and then I'm happy. That's the only place where I really care about Stabiffle. Everywhere else is kind of whatever. Grim Embrace blocks generators, whatever. The first time a survivor is hooked, all generators are blocked for 12 seconds once the killer moves at least 16 meters from the hook. Better. Quick Gambit. The perk grants other survivors a repair speed boost when you're being chased nearby. However, its range is fairly low, making it difficult to get close enough for other survivors to benefit from, without also putting them in danger. It was such an irrelevant amount of gen speed, and it's still pretty irrelevant. But hey, you can get an irrelevant amount of gen speed when you're further away now. Cool. Ruin is no longer disabled once the survivor is killed or sacrificed. Whatever, Ruin is still mid. New Shadowborn. With the new FOV slider being introduced, Shadowborn is now obsolete and needs a new effect. When blinded by enemies, gain a 10% haste effect for 10 seconds. Oh, that's pretty good, actually. They added a haste effect? Yeah. And it's not as obvious as Lightborn. I mean 10% haste is pretty obvious, unless the survivor's a fucking moron, which, no star. But yeah, that's pretty nice. Jag Shadowborn? True. Monitor and Abuse. The FOV altering effects of Monitor and Abuse are now unnecessary, considering the added FOV slider. Monitor and Abuse now allows for some interesting niche playstyles as is. So we have simply removed the FOV adjustment from this perk and left the hit radius effect unchanged. That's fair. Didn't really need any changes, honestly. Newly renovated Mount Ormond Resort is open for the season. This update consists of layout changes to the front and back of the lodge, as well as miscellaneous loop adjustments. Sadako, thank you for 6 months.
Well, I had hoped to Onryo, but we add back to old Onryo.
Yeah, basically. The front of the lodge currently has a long row of rocks stretching across it. This can get in the way and make it difficult to traverse the map. Additionally, there's no room in this portion of the map for any windows or pallets, essentially making it a big dead zone. We've given this portion of the map an overhaul to create more interesting gameplay. The back of the lodge, meanwhile, is compromised of mostly picnic tables, great for enjoying a meal in the freezing cold, but not very impactful when it comes to gameplay. Pallet loops around these tables are fairly short, making them incredibly unsafe. We have similarly adjusted this area to improve gameplay. You mean incredibly fun? What do you mean unsafe? You mean balanced, right? A balanced loop is one where the killer is guaranteed to hit you, so. And that's it. Well, these will not be in the upcoming PDB. Our first limited time modifier, Dead by Daylight Lights Out, will be available to play in the coming months. Which one is Lights Out? Perma Dredge mode? No one would play that. Right? No way. It's got to be something to do with like not doing generators or something. This just sounds awful. No survivor would play this. There's no way. It's sad. New game modes will be limited time. They'll probably rotate them, kind of like what League of Legends does. I think Overwatch does the same thing. Maybe if we get a really poggers game mode that people really enjoy, they'd make it permanent, kind of like what they did with like ARAM and League. That's all the changes. Billy seems interesting. Stabiffle is pretty nerfed. Blight add-ons are gutted, which is good. I like what they did with Blight add-ons, by the way. They're nerfed, but they're not just like boring, oh, your attack applies hemorrhage, woo. They're actually like changing how his power works about.